I'm Blair Pickus. I'm in the real estate clinic, and I'm externing at Rubin & Junius. It's a real estate land use firm. It's actually across the street. And like everyone's already said, it's absolutely rural application. I'm in there. I'm not making copies. I have a file clerk. I have like a secretary. I have everything. I'm like an attorney in there. They come to me. They give me an issue. I'm working on a land use litigation appeal right now, and literally it just puts things in perspective. Like I have my at-bat argument due tomorrow, and I'm freaking out about that. But then they come to me last Thursday and like, oh, you need to write this argument for this appellate motion by the end of the day, and I'm like, oh. And I actually did it, and I'm like, wow, I can actually get this done in a day. I don't need to freak out about this for weeks and weeks at a time. Anyway, and then the classroom component is a full year commitment. It's a real estate transaction seminar in the fall where you go start to finish, client intake to sign the deal, and then second semester you watch it all fall apart and you litigate it.
And it's wonderful because it's taught by Professor Roger Bernhardt, who's the king of property, knows everything about real estate. And
his wife, Christine. Those two are just all-stars, and
she's a wonderful family and real estate lawyer, Christine.
Yeah.
So we're lucky to have that as well.
And yeah, they take you under their wing, and they basically get you a job after school. I don't have one yet, but I mean, I've had some opportunities, but yeah, it's really cool.
Thank you, Blair. All right, Rachel.
I'm in the Civil Field Placement Clinic. I work at an immigrant and resource center, and I specifically am focusing on creating a packet that's going to be circulated nationally on special immigration status for juveniles, specifically juveniles that are in delinquency court. My internship, although I have participated, some of the attorneys do work pro bono cases for immigrants. Mostly we provide resources for other attorneys, for public defenders, district attorneys, other types of immigration attorneys that just need advice. They've put out multiple treatises on immigration law. So it's mainly research-based and writing-based. So if you want to, improve your writing, get an awesome writing sample, it's the place to be. They're very welcoming. They love Golden Gate students. They've told me when I came in, oh, we've had such good experience with Golden Gate students. And you do a lot of work. Like I'm going to have a writing sample that's going to be circulated nationally. I'm going to be able to put that on the resume. So it's really good.
I just want to say a word about the Civil Field Placement Clinic. It's the umbrella clinic. If you're interested in a field of law or you want a job in a place that you haven't heard mentioned yet here today, it's in the Civil Field Placement Clinic. So that clinic we offer every semester. And you can work just about anywhere under the sun, government, private firms, government agencies, or private firms.
And I think that's also one of the things that I found in the class is that when we speak in the class, when people discuss something, you're getting not just people that are in that field, you're getting people that are all in all different fields, all different civil fields. There's people who are working for government agencies, there's people that are working for environmental groups, and there's people that are working for private law firms, big law firms. It just depends. So, I mean, that's helpful if you're seeing a bigger perspective by being in a civil field placement.
Thank you.
I'm going to keep this really brief because I know we're running out of time. And I feel like a lot of everything that's been said is what I was going to say, so I'm going to take too long. I'm right now working at the law offices of Walking McCoy on Market and Third. We do a lot of civil rights law. We do employment discrimination. We also do a little bit of contracts, so I really get a wide range of civil law when I work there. I feel like the biggest reason that I decided to do an externship this semester is because over the summer I had a great internship at a medical malpractice firm, and I learned a lot, but I think the biggest thing I learned is that medical malpractice is not for me. And I was just not willing to wait another year to, for my next summer internship to find out if I was going to fall into the right field. I was wasn't willing to wait. So I decided to take on an internship, and I think now I know a little bit better of what I'm interested in, and now I can apply to summer internships accordingly. And I know that I'm wasting my time. So I think that's one of the biggest things I got from this.
Last year we started a new clinical program, a partnership with the Bar Association of San Francisco to help people with consumer crises. So this is the Consumer Rights Clinic. It's open to evening students, evening part-time students, as well as day students. And Marie is our expert lawyer teacher.
Yeah, my name is Marie Pell. I'm a sole attorney. I do primarily consumer class actions in my real job. I volunteer a lot, and so I'm very involved with the Bar Association, the Volunteer Legal Services Program, in particular their consumer clinics. And even if you decide not to take the consumer rights clinic, there are opportunities through the Volunteer Legal Services Program to do like a Saturday clinic. I mean, you could do on-the-spot volunteer opportunities, and if you can't fit a clinic in this semester, I mean, there's other agencies with which you can volunteer on a limited basis also. I just highly recommend trying to get experience while you're in law school. It's also very rewarding. The goal of the Consumer Rights Clinic is, of course, to provide students with the opportunity to, advise clients in facing real life legal issues. And the issues faced by these clients are mostly related to debt issues. And I mean, it's becoming more and more common as the economy continues to be really poor. And you wouldn't believe the volume, and it's not limited. The clinics help low-income people, but people in all income levels face debt collection issues. So, and it ranges from credit card debt, that's the most common, other debt delinquencies, student loans, although there's not a whole lot that can be done about student loans, other than keeping them out of default. And then clients face collection lawsuits, or they have a judgment against them, they're facing wage garnishment or a bank account levy or considering bankruptcy. So the one thing important to note is that students don't carry it. You don't carry a caseload in this. You would be working at these drop-in clinics. And the assistance with each client is limited to the single appointment. On the Saturday clinics are drop-in, where any member of the general public can come in. It's not limited. And then there's Wednesday evening clinics where clients are pre-screened and there's an appointment. And it's a longer, more in-depth meeting. So it is a limited, you don't carry a caseload or follow a case from beginning to end, but you have this client who's facing these certain situations. Often they're in a kind of crisis, and often it's not limited to simply financial issues, although sometimes it can be. And as Professor Retberg mentioned, these are legal clinics conducted by the Volunteer Legal Services Program of the Bar Association. So they're at different locations. The Saturday clinics are held in the Bayview, and the Wednesday evening clinics are held at Bar Association, which is in Sacramento, Battery in Sacramento.
Just a few blocks.
Yeah, it's easy. And basically the students will observe attorneys, volunteer attorneys, as they counsel clients, and assist the attorneys as depending on what the client needs. Sometimes it's drafting letters, answering a lawsuit. So there's some basic pleadings. They're primarily form pleadings because it's a time, first of all, you don't need an extensive answer for these complaints. You can just do the form pleading. So it's something that can be done on the spot. The fee waivers, claim of exemption if someone's being, if their wages are being garnished. There's other pleadings, possibly. Sometimes we help people answering discovery, not too often, but that comes up sometimes. There's also, you'd be retrieving information regarding lawsuits, so it's a familiarity with how to find out information about a lawsuit and what each docket entry means. And more the documents are online on the Register of Action, so you can pull them up. It's all about trying to evaluate the client's situation and give them the best advice and assistance that we can at that single meeting. Let me see. Sometimes obtaining credit reports and just other miscellaneous tasks. So it's kind of, there's a common theme, but it does kind of vary. Students will also gain experience at the Saturday drop-in clinics doing intake, so that's client interviewing. Also in assisting, depending on which attorney you assist sometimes the attorneys incorporate the law students more than others. I try to encourage that, but you gain just observing the different attorneys' styles and gathering the facts in your mind. You can hear the advice the attorney gives and kind of determine whether that's what you would do. So it's still understanding the whole process and then implementing whatever assistance the client needs at that point in time.